If you take a calcium supplement, here's something most labels never mention. Calcium alone is only half the equation, and most women have no idea the other half is missing. Think about your actual routine. You reach for that pill, maybe with breakfast, maybe with just a glass of water, and you swallow it without a second thought. You've done this for years. It feels like a settled habit, one box checked off your health list. Here's what's actually happening once that calcium enters your body. Calcium doesn't automatically know where to go. Your body needs help directing it to where it's actually useful, which is your bones, and away from places it isn't, like soft tissue. That's where two specific nutrients come in, and most people have only ever heard of one of them. Vitamin D3 is the nutrient most people already associate with calcium, and for good reason. It helps your body actually absorb the calcium you're taking in the first place. Without enough D3, a good portion of that calcium pill may pass through your system without being absorbed at all. But there's a second piece doctors are now talking about more, called vitamin K2. K2 helps activate specific proteins in your body whose job is to guide calcium toward your bones, where it strengthens your frame, instead of letting it drift toward places it doesn't belong. Think of D3 as opening the door for calcium to get in, and K2 as the one making sure it walks through the right door once it's inside. This pairing matters more after 50 specifically, because bone density naturally shifts during this stage of life. Your body is already working harder to maintain the bone strength it built years ago. Giving it both halves of this equation, rather than just one, is one of the simplest ways to make sure your effort is actually landing where you intend it to. Here's why this gets missed so often. Plain calcium supplements have been the standard for decades, and most people assume any calcium pill on the shelf works the same way as any other. K2 is a newer addition to combination formulas, so unless you've specifically looked for it on the label, there's a good chance your supplement doesn't include it at all. You could be doing everything right, taking your pill every single day for years, and still be missing this second half of the equation simply because nobody mentioned it, and the bottle never told you to look further. There's one more detail that changes how well any of this actually works. Both D3 and K2 are fat-soluble vitamins. That means your body needs some dietary fat present to properly absorb them. If you're taking your supplement on a completely empty stomach with just a glass of water, you may not be getting the full benefit, even if the right nutrients are technically sitting inside the pill. Picture 2 mornings, same supplement, same woman. In one, she wakes up, takes her calcium pill with a glass of water before she's eaten anything at all, stomach completely empty, and moves on with her morning assuming the job is done. In the other, that same pill goes down alongside breakfast, maybe with eggs, a few walnuts, or a slice of avocado on the side. Same capsule, same ingredients inside it, but very different conditions for her body to actually absorb and use what's there. So what does this actually look like in practice? When you're choosing a calcium supplement, look for one that already combines calcium with both D3 and K2 together, which makes this simpler than juggling separate bottles every morning. If your current supplement doesn't include K2, that doesn't mean you need to throw it away or panic about years of taking it. It just means there may be a gap worth asking your doctor about, especially since the right dosage and combination can vary depending on your individual health history and any medications you're already taking. And when you do take it, pair it with a meal that includes a little fat, rather than swallowing it on an empty stomach with just water. That small change in timing can make a real difference in how much of the vitamin your body actually puts to use, even though the pill itself never changes. This isn't about overhauling your supplement routine or adding a dozen new pills to your day. It's about making sure the one you're already taking has the support it actually needs to do its job well. Getting older doesn't mean working harder against your body. Sometimes it just means giving your body the second half of something you'd already started, so the effort you're already making finally lands where it's supposed to.
So tell me, does your calcium supplement include K2, or is it calcium on its own?